call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Josh Emmett takes on Youssef Zalal this Saturday at UFC 320 on the main card. And this is a good fight. You know, Youssef Zalal has been on an absolute tear since he came back into the UFC. You look back at his early UFC career, was undefeated, had 3 wins in a row, but then he loses to a guy named Ilia Topuria, if you've ever heard of him. Loses to Sungwoo Choi, which isn't a great look. Lost to Sean Whitson by split decision, and then went to a majority decision with Damon Blackshear before getting cut. Went to the regional scene, got 3 wins by finish, and then came back to the UFC, getting finishes over Billy Quarantino, Jarno Aarons, Jack Shore, and then recently having a unanimous decision win over Calvin Kattar. Taking on Josh Emmett, who's been kind of 50-50 over his last few fights. Got beat up in sub by Yair Rodriguez. Got beat up and lost the decision to Topuria. Had an awful knockout over Bryce Mitchell in the first round of their fight, and then recently coming in off of a decision loss to Lerone Murphy. So I'm going to go with Youssef Zalal in this one. He's just looked next level since his return from the UFC. He's very good on the feet, very well-rounded. Looks like he's just entering his prime, and I think he'll be a force in the division over the next few years. Josh Emmett, you know, he's getting up there in age, 40 years old. He's got the power still, you know. He's got heavy hands, good wrestling, but he just doesn't seem to really threaten with his wrestling as much as I'd like to see. He did in the Lerone Murphy fight. He got some takedowns, but just really couldn't find Lerone Murphy in that fight on the feet, and I think that's going to be the same case with Youssef Zalal, who will run at times. You know, that Calvin Kattar fight, he won the first 2 rounds and then literally just kind of ran away from him for the 3rd round. But I think he'll just be too elusive for Josh Emmett, who can be kind of ploddy at times, doesn't really throw leg kicks by any means, just really, you know, kind of wing and right hands. And I think that's something that Zalal can be aware of and stay away from in this fight. Josh Emmett does feint well. You know, he's explosive. He can close the distance very quickly, which works against, you know, a certain level of fighters, but he's really just kind of rudimentary. You know, throws 1-2s, rips to the body well, but doesn't really throw leg kicks, and can be hit, does mark up a lot. He's one of those guys where, like, he marks up very easily in fights to where it makes it look like he's taken much more damage than his opponent. And I think in this fight, Youssef Zalal's just got his number on the feet. He's going to be too elusive. You know, he's got more tools in the toolbox with his kicks, his knees, leg kicks. You know, he's got submission ability as well. I think he's got a few submissions in the UFC. Yeah, arm triangle chokes, rear naked chokes, things like that. So I just think he has more ways to win in this fight. I think that if Josh Emmett is smart and does look to offensively wrestle, I think that Zalal's got the grappling and the submission ability to stay safe there. And I think he's got a good chin. He's got the defensive ability to stay safe and stay away from the right hand of Josh Emmett on the feet. So I'm going to go with Youssef Zalal. I think he keeps on the feet, dances around for the most part, and outpoints Josh Emmett en route to getting a decision win. I haven't looked at the odds. I assume Zalal would be a sizable favorite. Minus 390. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to go with Youssef Zalal to get this one done by decision. Thanks.